Now, there's not a whole lot going to be to explain on here because the sharpening the bits are really simple. First of all, when you're going to set up, take a red felt pen and just mark the face of it on the end, like we done here. See, it's red before it was ground. You just mark that when you set up your first bit. Then when you just turn your motor on, when you grind, just check it. Just touch it a little bit and check it. Then you can tell whether or not you're going to have to make an adjustment. Now, first I'm going to just explain. This is the green tooth. And when you go to sharpen the green tooth, we've got these jigs. And there's a spring and a lock nut for each one. All you have to do is just, when you put it on, you don't have to tighten it real tight. Just snug it up just a little bit. And you'll just slide this on. You want it back far enough so your spring, when you go to grind, when you push into the wheel, you rotate. And when you set up, you want to make sure, the big thing is read the instructions, the written instructions over real good. There's a lot of diagrams in there, and it completely explains everything. Because up on top, you want just a little bit of fingernail gap in there. So you grind on the bottom first. So you set it up so you grind on the bottom of the wheel. It explains that in the instructions. And all you do, you pull in, rotate. See, and the spring will pull it back automatically. Another thing, when you set one bit up, your customers are going to give you a lot of bits, all the same size. See, now if I was to switch over to another size, the smallest one, there again, I'll just bring this in, lock it, just so I got spring tension. If you look, it's almost set up pretty good to the big one. But if you have to make an adjustment, just loosen up this, take the Allen wrench and loosen the screw up, and all you do is you just turn this. And if you bring this wheel up, just take your thumb, push the bit into the wheel, you can see right there. All you do, and then you lock this. There's a 1/4 inch nut on the bottom. You can snug that, and then you're ready to go. You're done with that bit. Undo the nut, take the spring off, slide the bit out, put the next bit in, put the spring on, and just put the nut in. Just line it up straight, lock it, and grind your next one. It really is really simple. If you ever have to, but once you set the green tooth up, you can pretty much, in fact, just the way I've got it set up now, you can just leave it. Because all you'd have to do for your different teeth is just have a slight bit of adjustment, either down or up. Alright, that takes care of the... Oh, another thing is, there's going to be a dressing stick. Use it sparingly. You probably won't have to use it at all. And if you do, all you do is just touch the wheel. You can see, because the wheel's going to start taking a shape after you use it. It's going to start wearing on the corners. That's good, because it's going to form. See, this is a new wheel, so it'll form the shape of the bits eventually. And then all you do is just to clean it, just real lightly. But like I say, I personally don't use these, but they're there in case you need them. If you clean the bits good, like I tell you to do in the instructions, these wheels are going to last a long time. You're looking at about a little over $1,200 just in wheels here. All right, now we'll go over to the straight tooth, the 1/2 inch shank, or 1/2 inch carbide. This fixture here, all you do is you slide the bit under, and if you want to adjust this black knob just enough so your bit slides. And all you do is you apply pressure into the wheel, apply pressure to grind, and pull back, pressure to grind. It grinds them real fast. And here's a good way to set these up. You loosen this up with the Allen wrench, and if you come in, if you watch this, so you can tip your bit in there, and your bit's going to pull back, and you can actually see when the bit takes the shape of the wheel. Then you come over here, hold the tool rest with your left hand, and lock it with the Allen wrench. There you got it. Now you're ready to grind. You grind one, that was the right hand bit. Take this, that's the left hand. All at that same setting. Just grind it. This is the straight bit. Grind it. When you're done with all the bits, like I say, a customer's not just going to give you 10 bits. They're going to give you a lot of them at one time. When you're done with those, unscrew the black knob, swing this to the left. Now, on the side of the wheel, it's plated. You can come in here, you hold this real steady, and you come in here and you just face it. That's if you want to do the tops. This is the end. If you want to do this flat top, right there, just push on it, slide it back and forth. You can do every one of them. Slide them back and forth. Even this one. Alright, now that takes care of those. Now, the straight bits. This here is a Vermeer, a 1/2 inch wide carbide Vermeer. What you do, when you're going to do these bits, you want this holder pretty close to the wheel. So you're going to this holder would have to be moved in. On the bottom here, there's the 2 bolts. You loosen those, slide your holder in. Set up for your 1 bit. Mark it with the red pen, and all you do is you slide it in. You hold it like this, you slide it into the wheel and grind it. When you're done with that, if you want to do the top, the same thing as you're done with do it the straight. Just grind it. Another thing is, now, this is the holder. This is the 1/2 for 1/2 inch wide carbide tips. This is your yellow jacket. There's a holder for the yellow jacket right here. And I like to put a nut on it, but you don't really have to have a nut on the bottom. You just and you screw that in there. If you have a nut, you can just bring that up. Right there. You can lock these down, and then here's your yellow jacket wheel. That fits right in there. And to line that up, you can do the same thing as I showed you. Once you got that lined up, you take your thumb down here, take your left hand, put your finger down here, and all you do is you just take and you slide and grind that in. But you've got to have this holder. Go to the written instructions. This holder's got to be these wheels should be almost touching this tool rest. Then you just grind it. When you're done with that one, you flip it over. You just rotate it, push in, and grind it. That's basically pretty much it. And then you got your this is a Rayco. Excuse me. This one here is a Rayco bit. You'll see it has 2 big holes in it. And this is just your yellow jacket that's put in the socket that they mount to the machine. But that bit will be out of this. They won't give you that. Like I say, this is a Vermeer with the 1/2 inch shank, and this is your Rayco. That's pretty much it. Now these spark shields, they'll be off, but these bolts will either be in with the spark shields, or else they'll be just mounted back in these holes like this. Unscrew them and put the shields on. Now on here, sometimes we ship these. This bolt here, this your first bolt this will be sitting down, and all you have to do is take this first bolt out, bring it up, and mount it. That's like you say, that's basically pretty much it. You couldn't find a more simpler way to sharpen bits. It cuts them like putting a stick of butter into it. All right, good luck to you, and any questions, you give me a call. All right, thank you.